So we've got this thing sitting out here. See, we Hello there and welcome back to Easy Simple Mechanic. Today we're going to continue the build on the 1929 Ford Model A. As you recall, last time we were able to get the engine started running, so that's a good thing. It's a fairly nice day today, so my thought was today is to try and kind of sort through whatever parts I still have, what I can find in all the different boxes. I think they shuffled a lot of that stuff around, so it's not really labeled correctly, but stay tuned. Well, as you can see, what I've got going here is this is where the clutch and brake pedal go. I went ahead and I polished that little shaft up. I'm gonna have to put some grease on it and then get those pedals on there. And I did find this box and all this dirt, and I think the little cotter pin and the little rod that goes in there and the pieces are there. So anyways, in this dirty mess here, I gotta clean that up so that we can get the pedals in there. I'm gonna try and do as much as I can here before I put the body completely on. But if I can get the body cleaned up and get it sitting on the frame, you know, that would be okay. I did find these wood blocks here that were there. I'm just trying to figure out where they go and how they go set up. So that's something I'm working on right now. The other thing is they have this little rubber piece that goes on here, and I think it's part of the just kind of softening the mating between the body and the rigid frame. So I guess to kind of minimize some vibration or something, I don't know. But we're gonna try and find some rubber to go under those and stuff. But for the time being, if I have to set the body on the frame and just set it on there, then it'll be easier for me to lift and set the blocks underneath it as I put the bolts through it, because aligning all of this may be a challenge. Let's get to work. can see that I installed I had polished the shaft there. Then I found this brake pedal, the clutch pedal. Then there's this little keeper out that goes on the end. I found that with a pin that goes through it with a lock pin on the back. There is a little spring washer that goes in between the two to kind of keep pressure between those two and keeps that whole thing kind of, you know, centered. I went ahead and put the pin down there on the bottom for the clutch and the one up here for the brake. So we got that. I also did the spray painting on the areas where the paint had come off the last time while I was washing it. And so the next thing I need to do is I need to go ahead and make sure I cut these holes out here to make sure that the bolts will go through those for the body mounting. I was gonna go ahead and bring that thing out and wash it, but it looks like the days going by too quickly, so I want to go ahead and do some other work here on this and get it ready, because what I noticed from the frame, I mean the body, is that the blocks, these blocks of wood that go underneath it, those actually go up in some rails and stuff. So if I don't and I set the body on top of this, it's just gonna scratch these little skirts right here. So I want to make sure that we don't do that. We'll go ahead and do some more work on this to get prepped for that, and then we'll go ahead and bring the body and set it on top of the frame. Okay, so what I did is I took my Dremel tool and I went through this little felt stuff and I cut that out because that's got some gummy stuff inside of it, so that the bolts would go through there easier onto this frame. And then we're gonna get ready to, we did the same thing on both sides. And I've got these little wood blocks here. And folks, I guess that's gonna have to do it for today. Okay, so here we're in the back little storage garage. So here's the body. It's not light enough for me to lift by myself, so I just thought I'd show you a little bit about what we've got in here. We've got the seats up here, we've got the hood, we've got some fenders back in there. So yeah, we've got everything kind of crowded in. Here's the cowl, the front piece that holds the gas tank on it. So the thing that I'm interested in right now is to get this big piece out of here, so then we can start bolting stuff to the body and try and get that done. Now, one thing that's probably going to have to happen is the seat. I think there's some seat covers for these seats, but I don't know if this seat has been off or not. So I don't know if that'll be easier to do with it off or on the car, but we'll have to see. So I'm gonna have to try and get this out of here, get it on my trailer. I went ahead and brought the cab over here. So we've got this thing sitting out here. See, we've got a rumble seat and everything. And so we got it over here ready in the garage. So the plan is to lift this guy up high enough to roll the car underneath it. So this is sitting on a little frame, a little wood frame with wheels on it to help roll it around and stuff. So what I'm gonna do is first I'm gonna try and get a quick wash with the pressure washer on top. This stuff here looks like it had quite a bit of dust that settled in there, and then just kind of give it a general wash, try and get that cleaned out. before we set it in there, just so everything's nice and clean. Then we'll go from there. I'm gonna put you all on time lapse for a little bit. Well, folks, as you could see from all that lifting and all that work and everything else, it was a challenge. Sorry about not taking the time to explain all the steps, but as you could see, it was I was just trying to get that done and get this body on this frame so that we could get it back in the garage before the night was out. So we didn't want to leave it outside, especially sitting up high like that. So anyway, I think that's going to have to do it for this episode. So please like, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.